Okay, today we're going to work on something that's kind of a pain. Um, it's just tedious, but there is a cricket placed on the roof here. And if I bring over my 3D for the fun of it, and then we pull back a little bit, come up top. And these roofs are not correct in 3D. So, but if this was correct, then this is the cricket that's being formed here. Um, and it would come back. Oh, missed it. So, but basically, just to give the idea of what I am working on, it is a cricket that's overframed over the roof below. So on both sides, and this 3D model is pretty darn large, and so it's running a little on the slow side. But um, basically, in 3D, think of it as this. I'm going to keep it away. It'll actually go right to that corner when I get it right. But I don't want that corner to disappear on me until I get this model straightened out and correct because these need to be pulled off the corners and such. So anyway, that is the general idea is this area is what we are looking at, and that is this triangle right through here. So there's a thing you do, which would be lay on top of these boards a board that's flat on top of it. So it's basically a joist and it's in this position. So all I do is first take this, actually I can do both at once. They're the same size. So let's take both at once. And there will be one in the middle, but it's going to be a beam. So we'll do that one later. Then I'm going to go to S. Apparently my selection set's really huge. S fram joist. And so those are joists. Now we just got to get them to the right. Um, just like we were doing yesterday. So we're seeking out the numbers that are going to give us the single line. And we got to be getting close here. There we go, 90. So that's that. And then this one I would change to the S-Fram beam. And it's not a heavy beam. It's almost just it's almost really a joist. Um, it acts like a beam. So yeah, let's make it a beam because then I get my beam symbols in there. That's the great reason to think about it that way. I get my beam symbol in there, and it makes sense for the person out in the field looking at it that, hey, go to my beam chart to get the size or whatever that is. So that's the perfect reason to do it this way. Okay, so I got a beam in here. I'll put my beam symbol up there, all that sort of jazz. But the difficult part is what's underneath it. Because since these are underneath, the proper way, and you don't have to do this, but it's just the hell, right? Um, so what I want to do is I want to draw I'm in my junk layer. I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to come straight down here to show where these guys end. And then I will have the ends of all these. So I can just grab and make sure I've got a line there to go ahead and extend to just to make things easier. So, and there'll be probably a little remnant here that I probably won't worry about. This one I may or may not pick up. It looks pretty long, so I probably will. So now that I've got that in place, um, the first portion, oh, I also need to come through and get these, and I may as well do these. So this one, again, is easy by going line to line because they're actually the real lines. This one, I need to just kind of eyeball it. So I'm doing a line from here, then I just need to draw up, make sure that it snaps to polar at 90 degrees, click, and now I know where that's located. And then I could do the same thing here. And let's just go ahead and do it on that dot. And then there is a center point. on this. So if I just take and I set myself up on my S bram joist, and then I should set these up as actually the points because it make more sense. But you can put a point here at that location, and you can see it's just off of it. So that just means I missed. So if I want to, I can make it since I zoom in and then move both of these, and the rest of them will turn out right. So I'll move that over to, I can't see with that in the way, but, and it won't snap. There we go. So now it's right basically on that. So I can copy that from this location. Well, let's do it better. Let's copy it from there down to here. Now it's in that location. You can see it grabbed it. So this one I can delete. I could have just drawn it down here, but I wasn't thinking ahead. So mirror this one about the center of these, the midpoint, bring it straight down, click, and now I have one here that's selectable. So now while I'm in that joist layer, I want to draw a line because we're going to end up getting rid of these joists that are underneath. In this case, all of them. In most cases, it doesn't hit the whole array. This is just luck that we hit the whole array. Good luck or bad, I'm not sure, but luck nonetheless. So there's that is above. Now on this side, I need to go a line from here to there, and then make it shorter. So you can't array these up. The other ones are the same. This side is not. So INT, and that's my projected. It's not projecting it though. I do not like the way that AutoCAD wants to do this. Now I've got it. Okay, just zoom out sometimes, and then line from there to there. And now I can do this one here to here, and this will be changed differently when we're done. And then there to there, line from there to there, line from there. Gotta back out. Now it's grabbing it there, line from there to there, and that should be all of them. Now I need the ones on this side. And so I have this one that's a full beam, but I don't have any of these other sides. So there to there, and then here, 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 there. If they weren't different lengths, I wouldn't have to do each other one individually, but they are all different lengths. So this is what I'm saying. Now this one we did. So here, from there, from there, to there, and this one I probably need to back out on. Got it. Oh, the other one's coming the other direction, so it's gonna easily pick an endpoint. And this one is small enough. I'm not gonna mess with it, and kind of see why here in a second. So now that those are all in place, I can come in here and try and grab I got my array. So I'm gonna drag it down, and now I can delete it. Boom, you see it left out. So I want to array this and the two dots. And it's gonna be rectangular. It's going to have one column. My points apart are going to be 24, like normal. And now I just need to drag this back up where it hits across from here. Now I've got dots, and and it has nothing to do with this line. This is the center line for walls that are further apart. So I have those, and now I can do this cricket situation. And so what I don't need is this line and this line, but it doesn't matter that they're there either. So they are on the junk layer, so they won't print. So now that that's done, I'm going to grab those two I'm gonna grab. Oop, I don't want that. Some of these I'm gonna have to grab individually. Oh, I got some other stuff I don't want. And looks like I did here too. Hold my shift key and deselecting. Then I want this one. Oh, I'm gonna grab that other if I do it that way. And that without grabbing that little piece there. That's what that slowness was about. Just trying not to grab that little guy right there. Now these are all here. And what I want is to change their line type to a hidden. And then if you come over here to properties and you change this to its standard setting of 24, then you get the hidden line and you'll see how this thing starts to look. And you can leave these junk layers there, but for making this more readable for the purpose of this lesson, I'm going to delete them so you can see what the final product looks like. So I have got all these joists that you can see that when they get to this point, they're under this framing. And so I've got the wall. So right off of the wall, because this wall's above, I will have a um, offset 2, and we'll come out there. So now this gets changed to our S. Oops, already there. S joist. Now I gotta get my LTS right. I've got to bring it up to within 2 inches of this guy. So right now I'm just gonna say perpendicular to here. Then I'm gonna drag it back for 2. And then I need to get its properties correct. So let's try a 30. Nope. Let's try a 50. Not quite. So that's pretty long. Go straight all the way up to 70. There. That's good. So the deal with these, I'm gonna drag it out. And you want it to be perfect. It doesn't hurt, but it's not gonna project in that direction. So I could draw a line out, everything, get it just right. That was pretty darn good. So now I'm gonna offset that 24, and this is what I mean by, yeah, this kind of a pain, because every time I bring one of these into its position, it's going to change possibly its LTS. So I'll do 2. So since if I do them in 10 increments, it can keep me from dropping out and keep a nice even pattern. As I hit offset and then I moved over to the side, it was already set to 24. I would think I did type 24, but I didn't need to. I could have just entered enter 2, enter this way, and then grab it, pull it down. Now this one's not going to want to grab until I zoom out. There. Now zoom back in, and I don't know if I changed this guy's property. Let's go to 50. And then, so what it's doing is it's actually making them then start to look smaller and smaller. So this will make it 40. And hopefully it'll turn out. I'll have to go to 30. There's 40. Eventually, sometimes you have to skip one. That doesn't look like it came down to 2, does it? Go from there. That's good. Yeah, it didn't. You can see it's hitting it. So I'm just going to grab this, pull it to, just to make it read right. And then offset, enter, come over, and then I can trim to too if I didn't want to do the drag. Then this needs to reduce, and I doubt 30 is going to get this. Didn't. So this is where I'm talking. Sometimes you got to do a 2-step. Get it down, offset, enter, this way, and this one I am just gonna leave it because it's too small to put the dot in, and then drag this one down. Shoot. And then I will take these guys and that one. Mirror it, go about my beam, come up, drop them, and you can see I've got my overframe and then my stuff that's hidden below it. And that is how you do a cricket. Once I figure out how I'm going to frame this area, this might be a situation depending on what I keep. Do I keep these guys all the way out and use their tails to hold up this roof? That's me just thinking this through as to how I'm going to frame it and for what reasons. So, lesson number 3, short and simple. And what I've started doing, I think, is I'm doing basically now I've got this lesson 3 where I started. So where I end, I'm going save as, go into lesson 3 book, and I'm putting point 1. So that's kind of like the end of a lesson. I hit save. And then I can go to also another save as. And this just, even for my own purposes, remembering how I'm doing this. So this would be lesson, whoops, lesson, uh, like ON04, click, open it, and then change this 3.1 to a 4. Hit save, and now I've started the next lesson if I wanted to, or as I go through framing, then I find something I want to teach. I'll hit save, that'll start my 4, and then we'll go from there to 4.1. So I'm not just showing a bunch of repetitive stuff. So that's that for to this lesson. So hope it's useful.